Bernard Shaw, in his book, The Devil's Disciple, wrote this: "It is only at the hour of trial that a man finds his true profession. It is only today that I realize that we must analyze the trends of politics in Uganda, given the fact that in 2021 there will be general election." My name is Mwaka Lutukumoi. I'm based in New York, a Ugandan. I've been in politics for a long time. We have been in the struggle as Uganda Young Democrats and worked very hard to see that we fight against Article 269 that barred all political parties from participation. It was repealed in 2005. That's when a new constitution came in and election parties were resurrected from where they've been. Why is it important to talk about Uganda today? It's important because Uganda is a country of interest. It's a country which has had a president for 34 years, going to 35 years. Jerome Museveni came in 1986. He was declared new breed of African leaders by the West. And indeed, the hypocrisy of the West has been seen as they maintain the regime for the past 34 years. Every year, we lose $300 million. Yet, we only earn $25 billion as our GDP, a minuscule compared to Kenya, which has about $74 billion. Uganda gets over $1 billion from the United States government for defense every year. That's about 973 million US dollars yearly. Why is it important to analyze Uganda's politics? It's because we have President General Museveni who changed the constitution from term limits to no term limits, from age limit to no age limit. There's no, roadblock for any leader, a dictator, or a democrat. So there's need for a new Uganda. And how will you build new Uganda? By analyzing the trend. Now, my topic today is opposition can easily win election come 2021. I must say, politics led by perception. When you gerrymander perception, you gerrymander the polity and the economics of a country, you'll be a political commando. And indeed, President Museveni, like a cat with 9 lives, has actually managed to be president for 34 years. He's actually headed towards life presidency unless he brings his son in a country which is slowly but surely becoming a monarch. Ladies and gentlemen, politics, I told you, is led by perception. Look, there's a big perception that one, President Museveni or General Museveni is invincible. 2, that he rigs election, which is true. 3, that he uses the army to intimidate and even kill. That's the allegation, which is true. Not true or true is upon him to come out clearly and defend that. 4, there's a perception that he uses money to buy off the voters because you're gonna lose a lot of money via corruption. That is the perception. And then that without unity in opposition, there can never be election. Indeed, in 2016, after winning election which was contested in court by Dr. Besigye, who claimed to have won, and court So there was a lot of irregularities in the election process. This is a sign that things can change. Things can change. The arrival of enigmatic Bobby Wine of People Power movement has changed things, has turned the table upside down. Look, the president lost weight. The president became a ghetto boy. He started making mistakes. Even went as far as almost killing Bob Wine when he went to Arua, and his men, ended up killing the driver of Bob Wine, late Kahuma. So, ladies and gentlemen, that perception is ending. That perception is gone. It's like the perception of the cock. The cock had a red comb on the head. You know, the red comb of the cock. And that made the cock the king of the jungle, not the lion. So one day, Mr. Hare went with a bunch of grasses. Because it was too cold, he put on the head of the cock. It didn't lit fire. And then from that day, they knew that thing is just a red comb. There's nothing like fire. It's never hot. And the cock was kicked out of becoming the king or being the king of the jungle. This is exactly the perception we have. Today, we know that the army is divided. We know that we have General Mondo of late, General Tumukunde. We have Kano Besije. This has shown Ugandans that the army is not for President Museveni. In case of any change, the army will go with the people because they are Uganda People's Defense Forces. But the perception is that it is his own army. That perception is slowly but surely going. These are signs. These are signs that things are going to change. Very good signs. I said before that opposition can win through unity. When they unite, they bring one presidential candidate, chances are that they will get the 50.1% first round. But in case they don't unite, the way I see it, because everyone is claiming to be big, everyone is claiming to have votes, let them go and convince Ugandans. And I'm sure that looking at the trends of election from 1996, 2001, 2011, 2016, the trends are clear that out of the 45 million people, only 15 million last year voted. The rest, I'm going to go through the trends of election in Uganda. Meaning, therefore, there was a lot of voting. People they had apathy. They were like having this perception that you cannot defeat President Museveni. You cannot defeat a dictator. But one thing is very clear now, that things can change. Change is constant. If you don't want change, change will change you. And the Almighty God is behind Ugandans who have suffered under the patronage we have been having for 34 years. The second instance where Ugandans can see change is even if opposition don't unite. I'm pretty so sure that Mr. Bob Wine has captured the hearts of very many young people. That's the biggest population in the country. That demography is for Bob Wine. He has the youth. And secondly, he has Buganda. That is where President Museveni has been getting a lot of votes. By rigging, by buying, and by actual votes. But this is going to be history. The emergence of the enigmatic Bob Wine, honest, vigilant, brilliant, and smart will turn the table in Buganda. And Buganda is having the biggest population of voters in Uganda. And then we have Dr. Besigye, who has been having a lot of votes, at least 3 million plus 2 million. These are votes which are still intact. And I'm pretty sure that these voters are going to give him some votes. Then we have Honorable Norbert Mao. He has his demography of the elite in the country. They respect him. He has his demography of northern Uganda, the Nile Republic. These people will go for their own. And I'm very sure that Norbert, by the way, in 2001, when he competed against president, no presidential candidate beat him in Gulu. That's why it's called the Oracle of Gulu. That's why it's important. Much as we may undermine him, we should know that he has some votes and support in northern Uganda. What am I saying? I'm saying we may have a first-time president in Bob Wine. We may have a second-round election. Any of the three can become president, but I'm pretty sure that they will not give the president the chance of getting the 50 plus 1%. Let me go quick fast on the election trends in Uganda in the past. I'll summarize the past 5 elections. Let me start with the latest election, which was on the 18th of February 2016. A total that registered were 15.2 million people who registered to vote out of the 45 million Ugandans who participated. I mean, out of 45 million Ugandans, only 15.2 million Ugandans registered to vote. Yoweri Museveni got 5.9 million votes. That's about 60.26%. His closest rival was Dr. Kizza Besigye, who got 3.5 million votes. That is 37%. Look here now. The difference is a similarity. Meaning, therefore, the 60.2% came basically from Uganda. Basically from Uganda, and it is gone. It is gone. 2, in 2011, there was another general election. A total of 8.2 million Ugandans voted. 5.4 million voted President Museveni or General Museveni. That is 68.3%. And 2.0%, that accounts for 26%, voted for Dr. Besigye, and the rest were shared by other candidates. What does this show? It shows that Museveni always gets 4 million voters. Now we have new young people after Fona Dagamun to campaign for 2 years. For 2 years. Many young people went to register, and this time they're ready to see change. Because these are the 77% of our population, of the over 80% who live on less than $1 a day. And they are ready to see change. That's why every day they're dying. Every day. Mysterious death. And after, by the way, I want to warn anyone who is killing. You should know, today it's me, tomorrow is someone else. The very people you're killing today, the very people who are dying mysteriously today, will be in charge of governance tomorrow. And who will you be? Who will your relatives be? Be careful. No, God is the judge. Never do what you cannot do on others. To you on others. Let's go to 2006. 6.9 million Ugandans voted. 4.1 were given to President Museveni. That's 59%. Were they real voters or it was manufactured? Heaven knows, but held out. Heaven knows, but held out. But this time in 2021, Ugandans with the youth ready for change, they will do everything to defend the votes. Then Museveni got 4.1%. 4.1 million. That is 59%. And Dr. Besigye got 2.5. That is 37%. And then in 2005, referendum, in 2001, 7.5 million people voted. 5.1 voted President Museveni, that's 69%. And then 2.0 voted Dr. Besigye, that's 27%. Those were the votes of 2001, 6, 11, and 16. Then we had a referendum in 2005. From the onset, I told you, we as Uganda Young Democrats then fought so hard to repeal Article 269 of the Constitution that barred all political parties from operation. After it was repealed, the members of opposition had the guts to go to parliament and the law was changed. And therefore, referendum happened in 2005 where about 3.9 people participated, million people participated. 3.6 said yes. And about 7.6% said no. But you can see everybody wanted a multi-party democracy. But before I end the summary of the election, I must tell Ugandans that, you see, when you see the mouth of a king, you may think he has never tasted the mother's breast milk. That's what actually people say. Now, in 1980, President Museveni got 1% in presidential election. A reason why he went to the bush to fight, because of election rigging, intimidation, and whatever is happening today. What is he telling Ugandans? Article 1 of the Constitution is very clear. Power belongs to the people. And he gives the mandate to Ugandans to use any means available to see that they have change and they have a constitution that protects them. Ugandans, the power of the oppressor is upon the fear of the people, of the oppressed. The day you say no to oppression, that's the end of dictatorship. Yes, we can. Together we can. Let's do fasting. Prevention is better than cure. Martin Luther King told us that unless we unite together as brothers, we shall die together as fools. And indeed, stupidity has become a new normal in our country, Uganda. Fear has become a new normal in our country, Uganda. And bribery, corruption has become a new normal in Uganda. We don't care. And I tell you, the bus of I don't care takes you safely to the city of I wish I knew. I told you. Thank you so much. From today, we shall be analyzing the trends of politics in our country. Thank you. God bless you. For God and my country.